it's not for beginners. So we are going straight from beginner to advanced so that everybody can. It's not that difficult, so you can just pay attention to understand. First of all, their assignments for people that the first assignment I gave is just, let's say, the sample assignment. In for the next assignment, you guys are going to be making use of Google Form. That's, you guys are going to submit the assignments so that we can grade the assignment. Then, if we come for the classes, I'm going to make corrections. So everybody is going to share their screen. Then I review the assignment. Then I make corrections. That's how we do the classes. So for the next assignment, you guys are going to use the form. So I noticed something when you guys were doing the assignment. The ones you guys posted on the WhatsApp group, it was very, very small. Like the logo, the Pepsi logo was very, very small. But the reason is that you guys were using whiteboard. Like, I'm using whiteboard because I'm teaching. You get. So I'm using whiteboard because I'm teaching you guys. So that it's going to be like large. Whiteboard is going to make what I'm showing you guys to be big. But besides that, the layout of the design is meant to be selected. Once you are designing, when you are designing something on Canva, you're meant to select the layout. So, for example, if you are designing a logo, you are meant to select logo. You are not meant to select whiteboard. You understand? So, if you want to design a flyer, you're meant to select flyer. So that's what we're going to do for this video. I'm going to use whiteboard for this video, but for you guys are going to select particular layouts you are using for. So for this particular video, you guys are going to be using the particular layout meant for the design. But for me, I'm going to be using the whiteboard so that you guys can see it properly. Hope you guys are seeing my screen right now. If you can see my screen, comment in the chat so I know you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Why is everybody saying no, no, no? I don't understand. Are you guys seeing my screen? Okay. So, like I said, you guys are meant to be using the particular layout for the design. You guys are not meant to be using the whiteboard because I'm using whiteboard so that you guys can see everything clearly. Are you guys seeing this circle? Are you guys seeing the circle I'm showing? If you can see the circle, just use thumbs up. Let me know you can see the circle. Okay. So you guys are seeing let me select the whiteboard so that you guys can see what I'm saying. So hope you guys can see the circle now.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is the whiteboard, like I taught you guys. This is the whiteboard. I'm using the whiteboard so that I can show you everything clearly. But you guys are not meant to use the whiteboard if you're creating a new design. The reason being that if you are creating a logo, for example, the logo is usually square shaped. That's layout is square. And the logo, you are meant to select a logo layout when you are designing logo. If you are designing a flyer, you're meant to select a flyer layout. I'm using whiteboard so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So for this particular class, we're going to be designing a flyer. We're going to design a flyer. It's not simple, but it's doable. You understand? So we're going to design a flyer. So you guys should go ahead to click this file, this menu. You're going to click the menu. Then you're going to click on create. Now, once you click on create, They are going to ask you what you want to create. What would you like to create? That's what they wrote here. What would you like to create? And then you're going to go ahead and type flyer. Now, if you type flyer, they're going to show you different layouts for flyers. They have flyer. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, yes,
No, we are
yes.
not seeing your. Yeah, I'm not seeing you.
I don't understand. Some people are you are meant to be seeing my screen now. Everybody see my screen, right?
Yes, so
Seeing it now.
Okay. So once you click on create from that menu, they are going to ask you what you want to create. So you're going to select. You're going to type flyer on the search bar over here. Once you type flyer, then you will now decide the layout for the flyer you want. If it's A4 size, if it's landscape, if it's portraits. So for this one, I'm going to use portraits. You understand? So you guys should go ahead to use portrait flyer. That's this particular one, the second one. So once you select portraits, the design, the layout is going to be portrait form. Let me just show you. The layout is going to be portrait form. That's for this flyer design. But for me, I'm going to be using the whiteboard. Can you guys see the layouts? Are you guys seeing the layouts?
Yes, sir.
yes, yes.
Okay, so this is flyer layout. This is a flyer layout. That's what you guys are going to use, flyer layout. But for me, I'm going to use whiteboard so that I can zoom out, I can zoom in and zoom out the page so that you guys can people that are using mobile phone can see it clearly. That's why I'm using whiteboard. So once you want to anytime you want to make a design, yes, use flyer route. You're going to use flyer. So let me go back to my whiteboard. You guys are meant to use flyer. Why I use whiteboard? Because I'm teaching so that I can have this white space so that everybody can see what I'm doing. So that's why the assignment. Some people were asking me why was their own logo small when they saved the logo. Use portraits. Use portraits. Flyer, but use portraits. So now, first of all, I'm going to you don't need to add this thing I'm going to add the shape of the flyer because I'm using whiteboard. So I'm going to add the shape so that but you guys are not meant to add the shape because you already have the shape. Let me just add the shape. Now once I add the shape, then I will remove the corners so that I will have the same page with you guys. Now for this background, for the background color, I'm going to use black for this design. So we are using black for the design. So go ahead to click on your space. That white space you are seeing, go ahead to click on it, then change the color to black. Once you do it, comment yes on the chat so I know you have done it. Go ahead to click on that white background, change the color to black. Once you do it, click yes. Type yes so that I know you are with it. You guys should go ahead to do it and then type yes. Okay, lesson Emanuela, Dominion. Okay. So once you are done with changing the background, now we can start designing properly. Ruth, what's the problem? Please let's hold on so that I understand what her problem is. What's the problem, Ruth? You have network issue, Ruth. That's network issue. It's not you have network issue. Yes. So are you guys done with changing the color to black? Are you guys done changing the color to black? If you are done
Yes.
changing the color to black, comment yes on the chat so that we can start. If you're done, we have like 14 students here, but only only about 5 people are interacting with it. I don't understand why some students are not, they are not commenting, they are not reacting.
My it's like my network is bad because my Canva can't open.
Yeah, it's network. Okay, so just pay attention to the class. You are going to meet. You are going to just understand the concepts. You don't need to design as I go. So just pay attention. Now, the next thing we're going to do in this design, we're going to first of all um explain what we are going to do. That means we are going to define the flyer we are designing. So we're going to make. Let me write it down here so that we are going to make. Let me change this text to black so you guys can see it. We are going to make um we are going to make a restaurant flyer. We are going to make a restaurant flyer. Details about the we are going to use, let's say, plate of food. Plate of food is going to be on the flyer. Then the name of the business. Then after name of the business, we are going to have their slogan. Hope you guys know what slogan means. Then after slogan,
And
we're
after
going to have
slogan,
the
we're going to have.
contact. Please mute your mics, please. After slogan, we're going to have the contact us form. Contact us has the phone number, and then maybe the websites. That's the websites of the business, if they have a website or Instagram or something like that. Hope you guys can see what I wrote. Let me paste it. Roots. Go ahead to click create design. Once you click create, you type flyer on the search box. Then you select the portrait, flyer portrait, the second option. That's what you're going to do. So let me paste this thing. So we are going to design a restaurant flyer. We are going to use plate of food, the name of the business, their slogan, and then the contact us form. Roots, once you have done that, go ahead to click on the white, click on your layout, change the color to black. Just change the color to black, just like this one. Now, the next thing we are going to do is, once we know what we are designing a restaurant flyer. We are going to use plate of food. We are going to use their business name. Just a simple design so you guys can understand what we're working on. Now, as you can see, this layout is black. But I don't want it to be like black, because once the layout is black, it's going to it's not going to the design is not going to look professional. The design cannot look professional if it's black. So what we're going to do is we're going to add something to the background, so that once we add something to the background, it's going to look more professional, in the sense that once someone sees it, the person will know that the designer is not an amateur. Now, what are we going to add to the background? Let me show you an example of what to add to the background. Now, let's go ahead to remove this right up. We're going to let's use portraits. I thought I just explained this thing, right? Now I don't know why you guys are dragging this class, but you are dragging the class, but I just explained it now. Okay. This black screen is not enough, so we have to add something to the background so that it's going to look better. Now, adding something to the background, look at what we're going to do. we're going to add a header. We're going to add a heading to this page. Now, once we add a heading to this page, we are going to write something. Roots. If you want to change the color of the layout, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the layout, that white place. Just click on that white place. You're going to see the color at the top menu now. Then you click on the color, then you change it. Are you guys following? So far, are you guys following?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to add something to the background so that once we do that, we can start designing properly. I'm waiting for Roots to catch up so that. Are you done with that? If you are done with that, let us know so that we can continue. Okay. So now once we add a header to this page, what we are going to do is, let's assume the business name. Let me just draft out the business details first. The business name is, let's say the business name is, okay, can you guys suggest the business name on the chat? The restaurant name. Can someone suggest a restaurant name on the chat?
Dolphin Restaurants. Dolphin.
Yes, sir. We can
Yeah,
hear you.
we are with you.
We can hear you.
Guys hear me now?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah. Once again, sorry for the network. Okay, the first person, people are saying Sismo restaurant, Belefu restaurant. Let's. Okay, I think we're going to do, let's do Bella's Kitchen. Let's do Bella's Kitchen. You guys shouldn't reject the name, sha. Let's just use Bella's Kitchen. So the business name is Bella's Kitchen. So look at what we're going to do. We're going to change this right up to white, just like this, and then we'll type Bella's Kitchen. Bella's Kitchen, just like this. Now, instead of writing Bella's Kitchen like this, remember we want to add something to the black background so that it's going to look professional. So once we write Bella's Kitchen, we are going to make it slanted. We're going to slant it a little bit like this. Then we're going to zoom it like this. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go over to the menu, this menu, the transparency. Click on the transparency, and then we go ahead to reduce the transparency to like 4 or 5. Now the Bella stitching is not showing, like the transparency is very, very low. Now once the transparency is low, what we are going to do next, we are going to duplicate this Bella's kitchen. Place the second one under this first one, like this. Place the third one. So once we are clicking the duplicate button, it's going to automatically place it for us, like one after the other. Are you guys seeing what I'm doing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so now all the Bella's kitchen on the background, they are not displaying very well, but they are there. So it's like the opacity, that the transparency is 5% over 100. So once we are done with that, we can go ahead to select all of them and group them together so that they are not going to disturb us later. We'll go ahead to group all the Bella's kitchen we just added. Then once we are done grouping it, we just zoom it out just to make it bolder. Depending on what you want to achieve, you just zoom it out like this. Or you can decide to just leave it small. But it's meant to enter inside it's meant to pass this wall so that the person is not going to see the full spelling of that Bella's kitchen. But the person is going to know that it's Bella's kitchen that is there. You understand? So the watermark is called watermark. The watermark is going to enter inside. So they are not going to see the full spelling of that Bella's kitchen. Just they're going to see maybe they are like my own now. I'm seeing only Ella's kitchen. You understand? Everything is not showing. So you just go ahead to zoom it out so that the whole Bella's kitchen is not going to be spread when they are displaying, just like this. So now we have watermark on the black background. The next thing we're going to do, we are going to add the plate of food. Like I told you guys earlier, we're going to add plate of food. We're going to add what Emanuela, what do you mean by you can't see my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
I still see your
Yes, yes, yes.
Please, at any
Yes,
moment,
sir.
if you guys are not seeing my screen at any moment, just comment on the chat so I will know. So I will know it's a general problem. Okay, so once we are done with adding the watermark, just like this, the next thing we are going to add to this design is the plate of food. So you can just go to the elements on the menu tab, you search for plate of food. Like I told you guys, you can find anything on Canva. You can find anything on Canva. So just search plate of food. Now, if you search plate of food, we are going to see graphics. We are going to see graphics. We are going to see photos.
I can't see your screen.
Roots, the Bella's kitchen is. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, that's come up.
Can you
Yes.
guys see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So the Bella's kitchen, someone is asking where is the Bella's kitchen. I just explained this thing. The Bella's kitchen I added is on the inside the black background, but I reduced the transparency to 5. That's 5% over 100. So it's not displaying very well, but it's there. And I duplicated it multiple times so that it's going to cover the page. So you are meant to, if you're using a mobile phone, I don't think you can see it. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to search on elements and we're going to search plate of food. Plate of food, we're not going to select plate of food under graphics. We're going to select plate of food under photos. So what we're going to do is we're going to click see all under photos. This second one, the first one is under graphics. The second one is under photos. So we are going to click see all under photos. Now, The problem I'm going to have with this thing, you guys are using free accounts while I'm using paid accounts. On free accounts, you're going to see something like crown on each pictures. You're going to see crown. That crown means that you cannot use that particular picture because you're using a free mode. But any picture that doesn't have crown on it is free to use. Hope you guys are understanding. So if you see crown on any element, just know that you cannot use it on free accounts. So you are meant to use pictures that don't have crown. Now the trick is, like I taught you guys, since you don't have access to the plate of food on Canva, I have access to a particular picture. For example, this one I'm selecting now, I can use it. I can use this particular one for my design because I'm using paid accounts. But you guys cannot use it because you guys are using free accounts. So what I want you guys to do, like I taught you guys in the last class, you head over to Google, you download. Let me just do it. I head over to Google, I search for plate of food. You understand? Now, are you guys see what I'm doing? Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yes,
Can you
sir.
guys see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Okay.
I can see your
Now,
screen.
I go to Google, I search for plate of food. Now, depending on the restaurant you are designing for, if it's a Nigerian restaurant, you're going to use local food. So let me just search for plate of local food so that I can narrow it down, so I can see Nigerian food. Now, I will just look for a picture like this one. I'll look for a picture like this one in particular. Hope you guys have seen this one. This is jollof rice. Can you guys see the picture?
Yes, sir.
Now, this jollof rice, I'm going to go ahead to download it. I'm going to just click save image. If you're using a mobile phone, you can just click and hold. It's going to show you download. I'm going to download this plate of rice. Now, I'm done downloading the plate of rice. Roots, what was making you okay. So now the plate of rice, I'm done downloading it. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, on this same Google page, I'm going to search remove background. That's remove.bg. I taught you guys how to remove background on the last class, so let me do it again. I'll search for remove background on Google. This first option is remove.bg. The site address is remove.bg. Now I'm going to select remove.bg. So I don't want to use the plate of rice on Canva. I want to use the plate of rice from Google so that you guys can understand what we're doing. Now I'll go ahead to click upload image. Once I click upload image, they're going to ask me to select the image I want to remove the background. Now I've selected the plate of rice from my laptop, and then this remove.bg is going to remove the background automatically. Are you guys seeing it? Can you guys see
Yes,
it?
yes.
Yes, sir, we can see
Now,
Yes,
it.
sir.
now
We
we are
can.
done removing the
Yes.
background of this plate of rice. I'm going to go ahead to click download over here, and then I'm going to download it for free. That's the one without background. I've already downloaded it for free. Now, what I'm going to do is, I will head back to Canva. Let me remove this one. Then I'll go to upload. That's from the menu bar. I'll go to upload. Then I will click upload file. Then I'm going to upload that particular one without background. Now, once I click upload, it's going to upload over here. You're going to see the progress. It's going to upload over here. And once it's done uploading, you just click on it. Then it's going to add the picture to your design, just like this. Hope you guys understand what I'm doing. If you understand what I'm doing, comment yes on the chat so I will know you guys are following. I don't think it's not complicated. It's very, very simple. If you are following so far, comment yes on the chat. Someone said it's too fast. It's not too fast. Go to Google. Go to Google. Download picture of plate of rice just like this one. Then head over to remove.bg. That's this particular site. Remove.bg. Upload that picture you downloaded. Then click. It's going to remove the background for you. Then you download it. You go back to Canva and you upload it. Once you upload, it's going to look like this without background. So that's for free account if you're using free account. But if you're using paid account, you can just go to the elements and select an image. So that's how you add your plate of rice for people that are using free accounts. That's how you guys go about it. Now, back to the design. Once I add the plate of food, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to add the plate of food to the design directly. I'm going to use frame. I taught you guys how to use frame, but I'm going to do it again so you guys can understand how it works. Now I'm going to shift the image. I'm going to make sure I resize the image. I'm going to add frame from the element. I'm going to search for frame on the element. Frame. Now the frame I'm going to use is circle because the picture I'm using is circle. So I'm going to look for a circle frame. The circle frame looks like this. Let me just select it so you guys see how it looks. People that attended the first class understand what I'm about to do. Now this is the circle frame. This is how frame looks. Now what frame does is that you can place this picture inside the frame. Roots. What do you mean? What do you mean by it's not working? Just click on download. That free one. Once you click on download, it's going to work unless you have a bad network. Now this plate of food, as you can see, the plate of food is behind the frame. But if you drag it, it will just enter inside the frame. You have to drag the picture inside the frame like this. Now the picture is now inside the frame. Someone said I can't see your screen. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see the screen? So I will know if it's from her phone.
Yes, yes.
Okay, you guys are seeing this. So please, it's from your device. So once you are done adding the picture to the frame, it should look like this. Now, what frame does for you is that you can decide to add border to this thing. But now the border you're adding, you're going to add dotted line border. That's dots like this. So if you click on the menu, if you click on the picture, you click on the border. That plays the road stroke style or the menu. Let me zoom my page. I think some people are not seeing this thing very well. Okay. So you click on the picture and you click on stroke style. That's at the top. That's the border line. And then instead of selecting the normal border, I'm going to select the dotted lines. Then after that, beside the border, I'm going to click on stroke color. That's the border color. And then I'm going to select white. Now, once I'm done with that, you can see hope you guys can see the dotted border, right? Hope everyone can see the dotted border.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, designing, okay, Jide, once you click on the image, at the menu at the top, you click stroke style. That's this border style. You click on it. Once you click on it, you select dotted line. That's this last one or the second last one, any one you want. Then you now adjust the size depending on what you want to do. I'm going to use 4 so that you guys can see it. Then after that, I will click on stroke color beside it, this particular one, and then I will select white color because it was black before. I will select white so that it's going to be pronounced. Now, once I'm done with it, I'll go ahead to drag it. Now, designing, you need to be creative. So instead of you to place you can place the the food like this, but writing, you are going to now force the write-ups. You won't have space to add the write-ups. You understand? And if you reduce the size of the image, it's not going to look professional. So what we are going to do is, you guys, you are going to go ahead to move this thing to the upper side of the design like this. The upper side, just like this. You're going to place it like this. Now, as you can see, my whiteboard, because I'm using a whiteboard, is falling off the black screen. You understand? But for you guys, it's not going to fall off. It's going to enter inside this black screen. So I will move it. I don't know how to. Can someone is someone following? Can someone share their screen so that others can see what I mean by dragging this thing inside like this? Because I'm not using or do you guys want me to switch to the normal flyer layout? Should I switch to the normal flyer layout? If you
it's
want me to switch to
possible,
normal
sir.
flyer, let me switch to the normal flyer layout.
Okay, sir.
Mr. Hillary, can you mute, your this thing is echoing. You need to mute one of your device, either the one you are presenting with, so that it won't be echoing.
No, it's from someone. It's not from me. Someone unmuted their mic.
Okay.
So let me switch to flyer design so that you guys can understand what I'm saying. I'm going to switch to flyer design because I'm using a paid version. So let me just wait a little bit so that it's going to change to. Does anyone have issues so far? I don't want anybody to drag us back. That's why I'm not correcting. If you are not following, I will know you are not following. Okay, so this is the flyer layout. Like I told you guys, this is the flyer layout. Now, let me just zoom it a little bit so you guys can see it. Now, what I'm going to do is, since I resized my layouts, I'm going to remove the black background. Then I will make my background black. The normal layout, I'm going to make it black. So that's okay. Now, let me just zoom out my Bella's kitchen. Okay, so we're back on track. Now, what I'm going to do is, let me zoom it a little bit. If I drag this thing, can you guys see that it entered inside the wall, like it entered inside the corner of the page? Hope you guys can see it. But on the whiteboard,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
on the whiteboard is going to flow, overflow. So, but if I use the perfect layout, it's not going to overflow. So that's what I did. Now I placed the plate of food inside the wall of the layouts, just like this. Hope you guys are at this stage. Hope you guys are at this stage. If you are following so far, comment yes on the chat so I know you are following. If you are following so far, comment yes so that I know you are following. Ruth is still stuck with downloading the I don't know the problem she's encountering. Okay, let me just
I'm following, but
you guys should hold on a bit. Let me just go back to.
I'm not practicing yet. I'm just listening.
Okay, Ruth, once you get to this remove.bg site, you upload the picture you want to remove the background. The site is going to remove the background automatically. Then you click on the download. This is the download button. You click on the download button and you click this first one. this first one, this preview, this one they wrote preview. You just click on it, you download it. It's not difficult. I don't know why they're saying you're not. So back to the design. So once I'm done adding this this food over here, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to dive in straight up to writing, adding tests. That's the business name again, the bold one, the slogan also. So let me go ahead to add tests to this design. I'm going to add a header. Now, once I add the text, I'm going to write that Bella's Kitchen again. Bella's Kitchen. Bella's Kitchen. Okay. So now I added Bella's Kitchen, but the Bella's Kitchen on the background is white color. The transparency is 4 or 5. That means the transparency is not showing. Now I cannot use the same white color for this this particular Bella's Kitchen I just wrote. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another color that matches with the food. You guys understand? Are you guys following what I'm doing?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm going to use another color that matches the food instead of using white again for this Bella's Kitchen, because the first one I used is white color, but I reduced the transparency. So now I'm going to use yellow because I'm seeing yellow in this plate of food. I'm going to select color for the Bella's Kitchen, and automatically Canva suggested, as you can see over here, Canva is showing the picture of the food. Canva is showing the picture of the food. They are showing brown, dark brown color. They are showing brown, vivid brown color. They are showing orange. That's the color of the yam. That's the color of the food. So they're already suggesting colors for you that matches the picture you are using automatically. So I just went ahead to click on the orange because I was thinking of using yellow because of the food. So they just suggested I use orange. Can you guys see this particular session? Are you guys seeing this session? If you can see this session, comment yes or use a thumbs up so I will know you guys are following what I'm doing. So they showed me a picture of the food. They suggested colors they see on the picture of the food. Then I go ahead to select yellow. That's this orange over here. It's because I don't want to use white again for this Bella's Kitchen. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add another test. But this time around, this test I'm going to add is going to be a sub-test instead of a heading because it's going to be smaller than the other one. So I go ahead to add a subheading, and then I bring it down a little bit like this. Now, this is for the slogan. Like I say, we are using the business name, we are using the slogan, we are using pictures, the picture of food, and we are using the contact form. Now, I'm going to add a slogan. Let's say the slogan is something like with an African touch. With an African touch. Let's assume that's the slogan of the business. That's the. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce it a little bit so that it's going to be smaller than the Bella's Kitchen. And then I'll go ahead to click on the menu over here, this advanced settings, just to space out the letters a little bit. I'm using letter spacing, not line spacing. So you go ahead to space out the letters a little bit, just to make it to spread a bit, just like this. So far, so good. Hope you guys are following what I'm doing.
Yes, sir.
You guys should react, so I know you are following what I'm doing. It's very, very simple. Okay, so it's all about creativity. You have to match the colors, make sure the colors are matching. I cannot use, let me show you, for example, if I use red here, if I use red color here, or if I use something that is shouty that doesn't match with the food, it's going to spoil the design entirely. So let me go ahead to select, green. Hope you guys are seeing what's happening. If I select green and I select red color over here, automatically the design is destroyed because the colors are not matching anymore. The food is different. The background is black. The two texts are not matching. But if I'm using black, if I'm using this green and this red, that means the food I'm using, the picture I'm using is going to have that green and that red. So that's how you match colors. I'm still going to show you how the colors that matches. I'm still going to show you how to match colors. There are various templates. There are various templates of colors. There are colors that work together hand in hand. So I'm going to show you that later. So now we're done with adding the business name, which is Bella's Kitchen. And the next thing we added is the slogan with an African touch. Now, what's missing in this business right now is the logo of the business, because there's no logo over here. The logo of the business is missing, and we are meant to place the logo at this top side, this place. We're meant to place the logo at this top side, and then after that, we are going to go ahead to put the contact form at the bottom side. So since we don't have a logo, because it's not a real business, what we're going to do is we are going to head over to Elements and just search for restaurant logo. I just want to add the logo so you see the beauty of adding a logo to this design. So I'll search for restaurant logo. If you are designing for someone, the person already has a logo, so you use the person's logo. Or if the person doesn't have a logo, you charge the person for a logo, then you make logo for the person before designing this flyer. So let me go ahead to check restaurant logo under graphics. And then I'm going to select any logo so that you guys can understand what logo, the work of logo in the design. So I've selected the logo and then I place it at this top side. Let me color the logo so you see the beauty of it. Now, can you guys see the logo? Hope you guys can see the logo. Can you guys see the logo?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in designing, you don't need to make everything like big or bold. I don't know how you guys are seeing my screen though, but you're meant to use the perfect sizes for each element. So this plate of food is the most important thing. So it's bigger. Now, the next important thing in this design is the business name, which is big also. The slogan is not that important, so it's going to be smaller than the business name, because if it's big, if it's the same size with the business name, it's not going to work. Now, after that, the logo also is going to be of a moderate size so that someone can view the logo just from looking at the flyer. So we added a logo, we added the plate of food, we added the business name, we added the business slogan. Now, we are using a portrait mode. That means we still have space. Roots, don't worry. After that, once I'm done with this, I will set to you. So we are using we added the logo, the plate of food, business name and slogan. We still have space at this down part. What we're going to do is, because we have space over here, we are using a portrait layout. We still have space. We are going to go ahead to add a menu, just a small menu, but the menu is going to be smaller than this slogan. So what we're going to do is we go to text. We don't choose add a heading. We don't choose add a subheading. We're going to choose add a little bit of body text. That's the third option. Now, once I go ahead to add that little text, I'm going to place it. I'm going to place it at the design. Then I'm going to write menu. Menu. Now, once I write the menu, I will just go ahead to add another. I'm going to duplicate this menu because I'm still using little text. I'll place it over here. Then I'm going to write the food menu. That's the stuff they sell. Let me say rice and beans. Rice and beans. Let me just zoom it a little bit so you guys. Now I'm going to align it from the menu. Rice and beans. The next on the menu, let me say turkey. Turkey. The next on the menu, let me say spaghetti. So we have three food. We have rice and beans, we have turkey, we have spaghetti on the menu. Someone said porridge yam. Let me add it. So we have porridge yam. Okay, so now we have 4 meal. Now the trick of this design is, since we are running out of space, we don't have space any longer at the down parts. Let's assume the menu is still long. We still have the, other foods on the menu. What we are going to do is we are going to duplicate the menu into 2, just like this. And then we add other things at this side. So we have left hand side, right hand side. Let's assume we add food only. Then this side we add drinks. You understand? You just space it out like this so that it's not going to reach the down part, because we are meant to add something at the downside. Now, once we are done with this, once we are done with adding the menu, I can decide to paint this particular menu. I can decide to make it yellow color also, that orange color we are using. I don't know the color you guys are using though. So I can decide to make it that same orange color, just like this, just to maintain the color of the design. So the menu itself, okay, Ruth said I should help her. Please, you guys, can I assist her to download that stuff so that she can meet up? If you want me to assist her, just comment here so that I don't draw you guys back. But if you want me to correct her this thing, just comment yes on the chat, so I will just go back to help her with the download. Should I go back to, someone said after the class? What do you guys say? Should I? Okay. So Ruth, you just wait for us to finish this design, so I will attend to you. Okay, so we have menu. I color the menu the same orange, a bit yellow. You can decide to make it bold, or you can decide not to make it bold. But for me, I'm not going to make it bold, because if you make everything bold, it's not going to look nice. So now what we are going to do next, since we know that this plate of food is not moving anywhere, this logo is not moving anywhere, what we are going to do is we are going to start grouping. We are going to start grouping. Now, by starting to group, we are going to group each and every of these elements to the layout slides, to the page itself. So first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to click on the black background. Click on the black background. Then you select the Bella's Kitchen. That's the watermark. You group the two together. After that, you select the food. You select the logo. You get. Then you group the two together, because the two are the top side. So you're not going to move them again. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we select the business name. We select the slogan. We group the two together. So if you're moving these two now, you know that the two is going together. Do you understand? So that you won't encounter any problem moving forward. Now, down to the menu, you select the menu, select the food, select this other side of the food, then you group together. So now, if you're moving the menu, they are moving together. So we're done with the grouping. The next thing that is remaining in this design is the footer. The footer is simply the down part of the design. Footer has contact form, that's the phone number or email address or website, any of those things. Now what we are going to do is we're going to go over to elements and we're going to add a rectangle or a square, anyone. You add a square or a rectangle, anyone you want, and then just go ahead to add the shape. Now once you add the shape, you are going to remove the corners from the menu at the top side. You're going to remove the corners. I don't want the corners to be rounded. Do you understand? So once I'm done removing the corners, I'll drag it down to this place. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the size of the box, that's the square. I'm going to reduce it to like this level, and then I'm going to drag it from the side to the extreme. Once I drag it to the extreme, it's going to look like this. Do you guys understand what I just did? If you understand what I just did, just comment on the chat so I know you understand what I just did. Use the thumbs up or comment on the chat, anyone. So now, once I'm done adding the square, once I'm done adjusting it like this, I'm going to color it yellow. That same orange color I'm using, just to maintain the color. Now, once I'm done with adding the color, I'm going to start adding the footer information. That's the contact us, that's the phone number and stuff like that. So first thing I'm going to do, instead of placing the numbers directly, I can decide to place the numbers directly here, but I won't do that. I'm going to add another shape to this design. So I'm going to search for shape on the element tab. Now, once I search for shape, I'm going to click see all under shapes. Then I will look for something that is nice to use. Let me just scroll down a little bit and look for something to use. I'm going to use, let me check for, okay, now this, you see this this particular shape, let me color it. Let me color it white. This particular shape, I can decide to use this shape. I can decide to use any other shape. Let me show you another shape that you can use for your own design, depending on what you want to achieve. I can decide to use this one also. Let me show you this one. So I can decide to use this shape or this shape. Any of the two can work for this footer. It's not compulsory to use them for the footer though, but I just want to add it so that it's going to give another vibe to this design. So let me just go ahead to remove this one. Let me use this one. So first of all, I'm going to resize it. Most of the shapes are not, depending on the shape you are using, it's not easy to work with, depending. So this particular shape now is not going to work. Let me use the other one. Because if I'm dragging this one, is going to distort. Let me check this one. Okay, this one is more better. Now I'm going to use this one, just like this. Then I'm going to do something like, I'm going to drag it like this. Can you guys understand the effect I just did over here? This effect I just did is not as if it's compulsory. I can decide to write the phone numbers plain like this, but depending on what you're working with, you can decide to just do something. You can just decide to make something that is unique. So that's why I added this thing. So it's not compulsory. I can decide to push it inside like this to just split the down parts into two, or I can decide to bring it out like this, depending. So let me just push it to the extreme. So it will look as if I divided this down parts. Now, if you notice, I used white color because we have white colors on the design. So we are using orange, that orange color, we're using white color, and we're using black. So now we're going to use black text. So the three colors we use in this design is black. Let me type it out. We used black. So you watch the pattern. We maintain the colors. We use black. We used orange. We used white. That's for the write-ups. Now, for this down part, I cannot use white. I cannot use white right now because this thing is like white. So I'm going to use black again, so that it's going to match. Now I'm going to go ahead to add the smallest one. That's add a little bit of body text. That's the smallest one. Then I'm going to color it black so that it's going to be visible. I'll go ahead to color it black, just like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it over here, and then I will start typing. I'll type contact. This contact us is going to be small letter though. It's not going to be capital letter. Contact us. Then I now added okay, someone said I should add the things inside the name. Let me just paste it. Let me just paste. Let me just paste the menu for someone so that they can, I think they want to copy it or something. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Now I wrote contact us and I added you can add colon or semicolon, anyone you want to use. And then let's say you type the number, depending on the number you want to use. Let me say I type the number. Now, as you can see, I want the contact, I want the number to stay inside this white part so that I can add another thing to this yellow part. So I'll just reduce the size a little bit. Then I'll shift it. Now, once I do that, I'll have something like this. I'll have something like this. I can decide to make it bold or not to make it bold, depending on what you want. Like I said before, adding bold to everything might spoil the design. So you watch where you add bold and where you don't add bold. Next thing I'm going to do, I can decide to, this one is the most important thing. I can decide to break this contact us like this. I can decide to move the number to another line, like to move the number to the next line. Then I can align the text, like I can align it like this. If I align it like this, that means I have plans for other spaces. That's this space over here. Now the plan I have for this space beside it, if I place it contact us and then the phone number under it, that means I have plan for the spaces. If I have plans for the spaces, let me show you what you are going to do with the spaces. You go over to the elements, you search for phone, mobile phone. If you search for mobile phone, they are going to suggest to you, they are going to show you graphics, they are going to show you images. So I'm interested in graphics only. Graphics is just like icons. As you can see, you have icons of mobile phones and stuff like that. So I'm going to select a mobile phone that is solid. Solid means that the phone is colored. Do you understand? The mobile phone is colored. Let me say I choose this one. Let me choose a colored mobile phone so you understand what I'm saying. This particular one I selected is black color. I don't need to recolor it again. I will just go ahead to reduce the size of the mobile phone. Then once I reduce the size of the mobile phone, I will just make sure the mobile phone is aligned at the center of this footer. They are going to show me a straight line. They are going to show me a straight line that is at the center. So if you can see, as you can see now, the footer is now coming to life because it has an icon of a mobile phone. So someone can know this is phone number. Then you have the icon of the mobile phone, you have the contact us, and you have the phone number below it. Now the next thing is this particular side. This side now I'm going to call another icon over here. I'm going to call the website. Let's assume the business has a website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this contact us, this particular contact us. I'm going to duplicate it. Like for me, I don't like going to the menu and be clicking tests if I want to add tests always. I just duplicate the text I have already on the design and just edit it. So what I'm going to do is, as I duplicated the contact us again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the contact us to website, or maybe visit our website. You can write anything you want. Once I write website, I move the number to the other line, and then I type the website. That's www.bellakitchen.com. www.bellakitchen.com. Now, once I add Bella Kitchen, www.bellasKitchen.com, it's up to me to decide whether to change the color or not to change the color. Depending on what you are doing, you can decide to change the color or not to change the color. So if the color is visible enough, you just ignore the color. But if it's not visible enough, you can decide to change the color to white or any other color that matches the design. So I'm going to leave it at black because it's displaying. Now I'm going to shift it a little bit. Then I will go ahead to add the website icon over here also. That means I'm going to shift this thing back a little bit. And then I'll go over to element again, and then I will search for websites. If you search for websites, you might not get the answer you're looking for, depending on the search. So if you search for websites and you don't see it, you can go ahead to search for globe. All these icons are word icons. That's globe. It's called globe. You can search for globe also. It's going to show. Now I'll click on one icon, and then I'll move it down to that place. Once I move it down to that place, I will make sure these two icons are of the same size. Now, how to do that is that if you are resizing it, just place it at the same line. Look, I place it at the same line. That's at the same line with the other icon. That's it's going to show me a line at the top. Once it shows me the line, I'll leave it. That means I'm at the top. I'm at the same line with the other icon. That's the phone icon. What I'll do is I'll start from the bottom, and then I will reduce the size. Once I start reducing the size, I will see another line at the bottom. That means it's now perfectly the same size with the other icon. I don't know if you guys understand what I just explained. Let me just add a shape to this design. Then I will show you. I will explain what I just did now. For people that are a little bit confused, let me add a shape so that I will explain what I just did, because I think this thing is a little bit smaller. Let me add this square. Then I'll bring it to the. Let me bring it to the front. Okay. Hope you guys can see this shape. Can you guys see this shape?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let me just duplicate this thing again. Then I will show you what I mean. Let's say I add let's say I add this particular icon, and then I add this phone icon also. What I'm going to do is I just want to explain how to know if the icons are of the same size. Now, let's say this phone icon is small. Let's say it's smaller, while this one is bigger. Now, what I'm going to do is, since I want it to be the same size with this one, I will just place this one at, I will just make sure the top of the two icons are aligned. Can you guys see the line? Are you guys seeing the line?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, once I
Yes.
place it at the top, once I make sure the two tops are placed together, once they show that line, I'll just leave it. Then I will start from the down part of the bigger one to drag it. Once I'm dragging it and I see another line at the bottom, that means the two icons are now the same size. Hope you guys understand.
Yes,
So
sir.
the
We understand.
bigger icon, you just place it and you see a straight line at the top, then you leave it. Then you start from the downside to reduce it. Once you're reducing it, you see another straight line at the bottom. What it means is that the two icons are of the same size. So that's how to use those lines you see on the screen. You use those lines to measure what you are doing. So that's it for resizing the icon. So let me go ahead to remove these ones. Now what we have here is we have Bella's. Let me explain this flyer, because I think we're about to. Okay, so now what we have on the flyer, we have Bella's Kitchen. Bella's Kitchen is a restaurant flyer. We have the logo at the top side. We have just a sample of plate of food they sell on the right side. This plate of food, you can decide to increase it a little bit depending on your size. Just make sure everything is just make sure the size don't interfere with the write-ups and stuff. So we have the plate of food, we have the logo, we have Bella's Kitchen, that's the business name, and then we have With an African Touch, that's the slogan of the business, that's the motto, is motto of the business, that's with an African touch. Now under that we have the menu, rice and beans, turkey, spaghetti, and porridge jam. At the other side, we can also have another menu for other items. Then under that, we have the footer. We added the square and stretched it out, and then we decided to add this shape just to divide it. If I decide to remove this shape, you see the difference, right? It's just like the two write-ups are just floating. But if I add the shape, it gives it another type of look. Hope you guys understand why I added this shape. Now, once I added the shape, I now wrote contact us, and then under it I wrote. Now, if you want to, for people that don't know, if you are done writing the contact us and you want to write the number under it, you don't need to add another text. You just click enter. You just use enter tab to move to the next line, and then you type the numbers. Once you type the numbers, you go ahead to add an icon, the phone icon at the left hand side. Now you duplicate, because I don't like picking tests anytime I want to add a test. I just duplicated the contact us, moved it to this side, and then typed websites, and then wrote www.bellaskitchen.com. After that, I now added the word icon. That word icon is for website icon. And then I make sure the two icons are of the same size by placing the icon beside each other. Then once I'm zooming, I will see another line. That means the two icons are of the same size. So that's how and besides, remember we added Bella's Kitchen we added Bella's kitchen underneath everything when we started earlier. That's when we had a black screen. We added Bella's kitchen at the as watermark. Now, what the watermark does is that if someone sees this design, the person is going to know that you're a professional because the watermark itself gives it another type of look. But if I remove the watermark, let me remove the watermark so you understand what I'm saying. If I remove the watermark, can you guys see the difference? It's just plain black design. Plain black designs like this is not going to, it's looking too simple. Like there's nothing on the black part of the design. There's absolutely nothing on the black side. So if someone sees this thing, it's going to look like plain. That's why we normally add watermark to this type of designs. It's going to give it more professional look. Make the flyer look expensive. So once someone sees the flyer, the person already knows that the flyer is expensive. That's the reason why we add this kind of effect. If you don't want to add watermark, if you don't want to add that Bella's kitchen as watermark, you can go to the elements, you search for abstract shapes. Once you search for abstract shapes or abstract lines, or you just search for abstract, what they're going to show you, under graphics, they're going to just show you different abstract shapes. You can decide to add abstract to the background of the design, then reduce the transparency so that they can't see it like 100%. They're going to see it, but they will not know that. Let me just show you an example. If I go ahead to remove this Bella's kitchen and I decide to use this particular abstract, I can decide to zoom it, just zoom it to the page like this. Then I click position, I move it to the back, I move it backward, move it back of all these things. Then I go ahead to transparency, I'll reduce the transparency. Once I reduce transparency, once someone sees the design, they are going to be seeing that abstract on the background. Do you understand? It looks very, very good. They're going to see the abstract on the background, but they cannot see it fully. They're just seeing the. I use 10 transparency for this one. You can use. You just search for apps. Let me type it. You search for abstract. Then they're going to show you different shapes. Different shapes. You can use any of the shapes you want. You add it. Just to add texture to the background. You can add texture to the background by using abstract. I can also decide to add this abstract and add that Bella's kitchen watermark. For example, if I add Bella's kitchen watermark and I add the abstract underneath it, it's not going to spoil anything. So let me move it, let me position it to the back. Now it's at the back. I will go ahead to reduce the transparency also to 5 or 10. It's going to be there. So if someone is looking at the background, they are seeing something. It's not going to be plain. Do you understand? So you can decide to use abstract, or you just use watermark just to add texture to the background of your designs. So this is a perfect this is a professional flyer design for a restaurant. Let me go ahead to save this design so that I will preview it so that you guys can see it clearly. Let me just present it. Let me just go ahead to present it. Can you guys see the design clearly? Can you guys see the design clearly?
Yes, sir.
So I hope everybody understands what we just did with this design. So we have the logo, we have the food. Remember the food, we added this white border, this dotted line border, just for design's sake. We added dotted line border. It makes it looks perfect. Then we added the Bella's Kitchen watermark. Then we added Bella's Kitchen, name of the business. We use the color, we maintain the color for everything with an African touch, white color. That's the slogan. The menu is yellow color. The menu items are white color also. Then on the footer, we added a white shape just to split it to get into two. Then we added icon, phone icon, contact us details. We added website icon and then the website link. So that's how to design a flyer for a business. This particular flyer design, you can charge someone for about, let's say, 20 to 50,000. That's is advanced flyer design. But as a beginner, you can charge like 10K or 20,000 depending. So if you have questions about this, if you have any questions about this flyer in particular, or any part of the flyer that you don't understand, just indicate on the chat so that we tackle it before I attend to it. So if you have any questions, go ahead to ask the question so that we can tackle it then. So I can attend to it. Hope you guys can hear me. Yes. So okay, nice question. Choma said, if the background is not black, can we use the watermark? Then King said, I was lost at that place you wrote the address. Okay. So let's assume this background is, let me change the background to white first. So that's, now the background is white color. Now look at what I'm going to do with the watermark. I'm going to change the watermark from that white to black. It's still going to be the same effect. It's going to be the same effect. If it's white background, what you're going to do is you're going to use black for the Bella's Kitchen. The watermark, you're going to use black. If it's black background, you're going to use white, just the opposite color. You don't need to stress yourself. But if this was a white background, what we're going to do is once we use the color for the Bella's Kitchen, that's the watermark. Once we make it black, that means this menu over here, the write-ups on the menu is going to automatically be black instead of white. It's still the same white background, black background is still the same. It's still the same thing, depending on the color they want to go for. This is you just need to invert the colors. Inverting the colors means that if it was white before, and it's going to be opposite of the other one you just did, that anything that is white is going to be black, and anything that is black is going to be white. That's how the colors work. So if it's white background, all those things that you use white color to write, you use black to write them. Hope you understand. Who asked that question? I think it's, the question was from who? Choma. So Choma, I hope you understand what I just explained now. So as you can see, the Bella's Kitchen here is black. Let me increase the transparency so you understand. So it's as you can see, it's black. So if you reduce it, it's not going to show properly. Others are not changed because I've not changed them also. Hope you understand what I'm saying, Choma.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so if you can go ahead to if it's white background, then the watermark is going to be black. So it's not that difficult to, let me just undo this thing. Then someone else said something about the address. Okay, address. That's I did not use address, I use website. So like I said before, the once you add the test, you write contact us. Then under contact, once you write contact us, you click enter just to go to the other line. That's this line. Then you write the phone number. Once you're done with that, you just duplicate the test, move it to this side, and then you write website, and then you click enter just to go to this line. Then you write the website of the business. Then after you are done with writing these two details, the next thing you're going to do, you're going to add icon. The first icon is the phone icon. You add the phone icon. Once you add the phone icon over here, you come over here and you add the website icon. Now, to make sure the two icons are the same size, like I showed you guys, you place the icon at the top. It's going to show you the first line. Then once you start resizing the down parts, it's going to show you another line. That means the two icons are of the same size. So, does anybody have any other questions so that we know what we're doing? The shapes. Okay, this shape, this particular shape, this particular one is just this shape. Why this one is just rectangle? This one is normal rectangle. Do you understand? The rectangle, I just reduced the size of the rectangle and then extended it like this, just to. So that is normal rectangle shape or square shape. Why this one is the other? This one is another type of shape. So I just placed this one. I placed it down like this, just to divide this section. So that's how I added the shape. Hope you understand now, King Shooter. So which other question? Which other question? If you don't have a question, comment comment yes, or I don't have a question, or use thumbs up, anyone. So I will know you guys don't have any problem. Okay, Mba Obinamba, the colors, there's no particular color that is for paid accounts. All colors are free, so you don't have any problem with colors. You don't have any issues with colors. But if it's picture, you just go to Google, you download the picture you want, you go to remove.bg sites, remove.bg, you remove the background of the picture you want to use, then you go to the menu of Canva, you click on upload over here. Once you click on upload, you now upload the picture you just downloaded with that background. Then once you click on the picture, you just add it to your design. It's straightforward. When this class started, I think we had 16 students or so. We have 13 now. I think some people left the class. If you are still active, comment on the chat so I know you're active, please. If you're active, comment on the chat. Okay. Roots. Okay. Let's help Roots to tackle the problem first. Then I will give assignment before the class ends. I wanted to show something. I wanted to teach you guys something else in this class, but you guys were dragging me back, so we did not finish on time. So Roots, go ahead to share your screen so we understand your problem. Then once I tackle the problem, I will come back to the design. Then I will show you guys what you guys are going to do. Okay, so what problem do you have exactly? Can you hear me? Ruth, what issues are you encountering? You are not talking.
Your mic is muted. They are calling you to answer your what the challenge you're having. The teacher is asking you. Are you there?
Go ahead to ask your question. If
I
you
don't think
if you
he's
don't
there.
have a question, I'm going to continue my I don't even think she's. Right?
You can attend to Obina then.
Um. I don't think Ruth. What's the problem, Ruth? Okay, let's just continue with the. Okay, so back to what I was saying. The the design the designs what you are designing depends on your creativity. Now, Ruth, the video is going to be available after the class, so you can still watch the video and then do your like complete your design. Okay, so now the for this design, if you feel like you don't have any idea of how to create design, like you don't have any particular layout on your mind, what you're going to do is you're going to use, let me add it as a test so you guys can. Okay, you're going to go over to, let me just share the screen. You're going to go over to, I know some of you guys know this website, but some don't know the website. You're going to go to Pinterest. I'm going to type it on the chat shop. I hope you guys are saving all these sites I'm giving you guys. You're going to search for Pinterest. Pinterest is a website for pictures and just like inspirational websites for pictures and designs and stuff like that. So once you head over to Pinterest, you're going to search for whatever you want to design. Then you see other people's work, like other people's designs. Then you can decide to get inspiration from Pinterest. So once you head over to Pinterest, you go ahead to click explore. That's idea. If you're using a mobile phone, you don't need to click explore. You just search for what you are designing. So you're going to see the search bar. Then let's say you search for restaurant flyer design. So once you search for restaurant flyer design on Pinterest, they're going to show you different types of designs. All these designs here, you can design any of them. You can replicate stuff like that easily using Canva. So you just have to get inspiration from, like this one now in particular. This one is simple, very, very simple. They just added circle frame into 3. They used circle to cover this side, and then they added write-ups. So most of these designs, you can just get inspiration from some of these designs, and then you can just replicate something similar. So you don't need to stress yourself when you don't have idea of what to design. What you have to do is just move over to these sites, then you get inspiration from the various designs people have done. Then you head over to Canva, then you can mix up different designs to get your own. You can just do something creative. You can mix up 2 designs or 3 designs. But if you watch the designs, if you watch each design over here, you see the consistency with the colors. This particular one is using orange and white only. This one used orange and white only. This one used black and something like light orange. This one used ox blood and white. So you have to maintain 2 or 3 colors. Now, maintaining colors, what you have to do is, if you want to check for color compatibility, that's color that are going to match, in the same Pinterest, you can write matching colors. You can write matching colors on Pinterest. Once you write matching colors, they're going to show you different colors that match. So you have to decide on the colors that you want to. Let me just a little bit. Once you search for matching colors, they're going to show you different colors that matches that complement themselves. So you can just use the different colors. I don't know why the thing is okay. It's loading now. Or let's just go ahead to search matching color palettes. Matching color palettes. Let me just paste it on the chart. Matching color palette. Matching color palette is going to show you different colors that matches. You understand? So over here we have orange matches with dark blue or black. That's so you can scroll down, you can see different colors that matches. You can decide to mix up colors, or if you view other people's design, you can also see the colors they are using. So you know that these two colors matches also. So you can search for matching colors on Pinterest also, just to not mix up that. So you mix up different colors, because if you end up mixing up multiple colors, then you have a problem, because mixing up different colors that doesn't match is going to make you make your design to be shouty. Your design is going to be very, very shouty, in the sense that if you add, like I showed you guys before, if you add green color here, automatically it spoils. Okay, let me just add red over here, and then I'll come to let me come to this white shape, and I add blue. Once I start changing the colors, you're going to see the wreckage. Can you guys understand what I'm saying? Automatically the design is already destroyed. So you cannot match red color and blue color. It's not possible. I don't think you can match any primary color together. It's not. I don't think it's even possible. So you need to make sure that you stay consistent with 2 or 3 colors that complement themselves. That's if you're using black, that means automatically you're using white for the test, because you want it to appear. So you're going to use white for test on black background. The food is yellowish in color, so I'm using orange color for the main write-ups, and then for the footer I'm using orange color this side, I'm using white this side. And then obviously all these colors you are using are dependent on the logo. So let's assume the company logo is green. If the company logo is green, let me change the company logo to green so you understand what I'm saying. If the company logo is green, each company has their color palettes. Do you understand? Like Sismo, for example, the color palette of the company is green. So if the company color palette is green, for example, just like this, you cannot use any other color on this design that doesn't match with the green. So you have to maintain the company color code. So that means this orange now, you are not going to, obviously we have vegetables on the food. So if you are using green, it's not going to spoil anything because the logo is green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to green. I'm going to change the menu from orange to green. I'm going to change the footer. I'm going to change the footer to green. Now the white on the footer doesn't have any problem because they are not competing each other. White and black can go. Okay, so now as you can see now, the flyer is still consistent with the colors. So the logo is green, 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 white, and black text. Now the food, as you can see, the food has more of yellow, but it's not a problem per se, because I can decide to change this dotted border. I can decide to change the color to green also. Hope you guys understand what I just did now. Do you guys understand what I just did? So all the colors. Someone, do you have a question? Someone raised their hand. I think someone raised their hand. So all the colors you are using, you have to maintain the colors. So if the company logo is green, automatically the design you are making is meant to reflect that company logo. You cannot go and be designing with yellow color when the company logo is having red color. So you have to look at the company logo, the business logo, then you now decide on the color to attach. So make sure to maintain the color logo. Let me show you an example. Let me show you an example. Let me show you an example. Let me just search for, let me search for restaurant logo, restaurant flyer on Google. So I will show you what I mean. Restaurant flyer design on Google. Now, let me just look for, okay, let me just search for, let me search for it under images. I want to explain this thing. Yes, exactly. So now this particular logo now, let me click on it. This particular logo now, this particular logo you are seeing here. Let me open it in the bigger screen. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, just indicate so I know you can hear me. Okay, so now pay attention. This logo now, this company name is John's Restaurant, John's Restaurant, and the company logo is green. Can you see it? So now the food they used is green color. That's vegetables mostly. They did it on purpose so that they can match the colors. Now they are using green colors to write the test. Some tests are green colors. Majority of the tests are green colors. Now, as you can see, the meat on the food has brownish yellow color. So now they are using the brownish yellow colors also for the prices. They wrote save up to 50%. That background there is that brownish yellow. Then the price is also, they use that brownish yellow. Then the phone number at the down part, they use that brownish yellow. It's just because of the meat on the plate. So if you are doing a restaurant logo, just mind you that you are going to pay attention to the company logo. That's the color. And then if you are using a plate of food, you're going to pay attention to the plate of food you're using, the colors on the plate of food. So this is the perfect example. They use green throughout because of the logo. The logo is also green. So you are not meant to. Okay, moving on. This next one is, the name is Restaurant Cafe. The logo is white on orange and background. So they now maintain orange throughout. This one is white logo. They now maintain white color with orange. So you have to maintain the color, especially the color of the company. That's the color palette of the company. Hope you guys understand what I just explained to you, so that you won't be designing using off colors. So first of all, you pay attention to the brand logo, because the brand logo is the identity of the company. That's the business. So you have to maintain the colors. So that's it for this class. I'm going to give you guys something to work on so that you guys can submit that. I'm going to send the link for you to submit the assignment once you are done. Then the next class, you are going to make corrections. You guys don't use to join the class early, because normally I'm meant to make corrections of the assignment before the class starts properly. So let me go ahead to show you what you are going to be designing. I want you guys to screenshot this design, or maybe use your phone to snap it. I want you guys to screenshot the design or use your phone to snap it. Let me just look for something that is not going to be complex for you guys to replicate. I'm looking for something that is not complicated. So we're going to use okay. Are you guys done with attendance? Obinna, once you click on the picture, the image, you're going to click on the there's something called stroke style or stroke, that's the border style at the top menu. So you click on stroke style, then once you click on it, you now select the type of border you want. All the designs I'm seeing here is very, very complex. I don't think you guys can work it out. But I will sort out something. Or do okay, let's just go ahead to what I'm going to do is I want to look for something that is straightforward, because this is the first time you guys are seeing this thing. I don't want to do something that is going to okay, this is perfect. Or should we do freestyle? Should everybody just design what they want? I don't know. I don't think it's going to work out that way. Okay, someone say let us do this one we are seeing. Okay, look at what is going to happen. You guys should replicate this design I just did for the assignments. You guys should replicate this design. Now, the catch of the main point of the assignment, I want you guys to use your own. The plate of food, different plate of foods for different people, different company name, different company logo. You understand? You can go online and download maybe, let's say, Mr. Big's logo, and then use Mr. Big's logo to design it, or use Crunchy's logo, or any company. You understand? Or McDonald's. Just download a logo you want, or you can just design your own logo, put the logo color, then start designing. Use your own pictures, your own company name, your own slogan, your own menu. Then you can decide to do anything you want on this down part. Once we come for the next class, if people are going to submit the assignment, I'm going to send the link for you guys to submit the assignment. But once you come for the next class, you guys are going to, I'm going to correct the assignment. People that are very, very active in the class, I'm going to correct the assignment so that we can move forward. So hope the class wasn't difficult. I don't know if you encountered any problem so far. If the class wasn't difficult, please comment on the chat so that we will know. Okay, someone said not at all. Nora said more. Nora, what's the problem? What's the problem? Number. This is, I think this design is simple for you guys, because I'm going to upload the video, the class recording to the dashboard, so you guys can watch it to replicate it. So you are not going to have problem with this particular design. So go ahead to use your own colors, your own plate of food, your own company name and logo, your own menu. Just change everything on this design, but make sure to maintain this particular format. Then, okay, Nora said it's just getting hotter. This is beginner class, so we haven't gone far. We haven't gone like far. This is just beginner class. We have some other things to do, like crazy stuff to do. You understand? We have social media designs, like those ones companies used to post on their social media. Let me just write it down so you guys understand what we're working with. We have flyer design. So design now, water. We have flyer design. We have social media design. Social media design. We have logo design. So we are going to be doing these ones. We are going to be doing a little bit of presentation and animation. we're going to animate um but that's going to be at the at the end of the class, the end of the program. That's for the final project. So all these things are going to cover them. So once I'm done covering most of these things, all the classes are going to be practical. And at the end of the classes, what we're going to be doing is we're going to bring someone up. Someone is going to share their screen. The person is going to design real time. Everybody is going to be watching. The person is going to design something from scratch. Then another person will design something from scratch. Maybe we will give like 10 minutes or 20 minutes interval. That's how this class is going to be. So if you are not serious with the class, you need to buckle up. Go through the dashboard, watch the videos so you can meet up. Once you watch the videos, I don't think you're going to have any problem with designing any of these things. These things are just like I said, if you're using your mobile phone or your laptop, you can design this thing anywhere, anytime. You can use your phone to design this thing within 5 to 10 minutes and you are done. So you don't have any problem if you're using your mobile phone, just like I said before. So you guys should go ahead to review the class. Reviewing the class means that you have to give thumbs up and then you comment on the chat. And then I want you guys to go to the dashboard. If you're watching the videos, make sure to review the videos. Once you go to that, once you click on those videos, you scroll down the page, you see review, write a review. Just click on write a review and write something about the video. If the video is nice, write something positive about the video so that we'll know what we are doing. So I don't know why you guys don't like engaging in those things. So once you head to your dashboard, okay, let me just open the platform. So let me open the platform so you guys can.
Then please, who is this King Shooter? I didn't save your name with King Shooter, so which means your attendance is not counted. I don't know who is King Shooter. I've been asking that on the chat.
Okay, let me log into the Sysmo dashboard so that I will explain what I mean by reviewing a video. Because you guys are not reviewing the video, which is a big problem. You guys are meant to review the video so that if I'm uploading new videos for you, I will know that the last one I uploaded was good. If it's not good, I will also know. So that's the reason I'm asking you guys to review the videos. It's not as if, and someone was asking me to, someone was telling me to explain something to her on my WhatsApp, but I know that that stuff in particular is inside the video. So I don't know why the person decided not to watch the video, and then the person is now testing me to explain something on WhatsApp. So if you go over to the SUP, and you select a particular video, let's say you click on this video, the first one. Once you click on the first one, once you are done watching the video, you just scroll down to this place. You scroll down to the page, this page, and then you click write a review. Once you click write a review, you're going to select the review of the video. If it's good or fair or excellent, you select it, and then you write your experience. You just write something about the video, then you submit it. We don't have any reviews for all these videos. So once you watch the videos, make sure to review the videos. It's very, very important so that we know the quality of the videos we're providing for you. So Lota Chuku, I don't know if you have anything to say to them before the class ends.
Okay. Thank you so much, brotherly. Thank you so much. So now you can as well let them. Okay, we can say that on the chat. Like the next video they should watch before their next class. I think like from the dashboard. And please always watch the videos on the dashboard. Like all of these things are things that we can learn by practicing. If you just go there, once you watch the video, you start practicing, you're going to see some things that just by testing them out, you click on this one, okay, this one works, you click on this one. So it's something that I believe that if we create our time, we'll have 24 hours in the day. People are saying that they are very busy, they are very busy. I don't think that's an excuse. Those videos are not for 1 hour. So in 24 hours, you can take 10 minutes, like within the day, 1 hour, you must have finished that video. You can sacrifice your sleep. As Nigeria had now, you're not supposed to sleep safe. So you have from 10 p.m. you sleep till 6 a.m. You tell me you are very busy. You can't take out 1 hour for something just for 1 month. So I don't think you answering that you are busy is an excuse. If you really want to achieve something, you have to start awake and achieve it. So that's what I want to say. So people giving the excuse that they are very busy, that's why they can't watch the video. I want to tell you that your excuse, it doesn't hold water. So as much as we can, let's help the teachers to move forward. We have a lot of things to do within just 3 weeks. Week one is done. We are done with week one. Just Monday, Wednesday. So the next class will not be next week for the design guys. While we're going to meet on Friday just to discuss for the 6 month cycle. So so far I think we're doing well. The link for the assignment will be posted on the group. And I think the deadline should be there as well, right? Makata. So they can give you time to review
The
or go
deadline
through
is deadline is tomorrow because the next class is
on Friday.
the next. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to the deadline for this assignment is going to be Friday.
When? It's going to be when?
It's going to be Friday.
Friday, okay, Friday. Yeah. All right, guys. So we'll keep us updated via the group chat. And then that 6 month cycle, I'm going to talk about it, how it's going to look like on Friday. I think the first 30 minutes, we just have to discuss how the week one has been, areas of improvement, the areas we think we should do better, and the rest of them. Then the next 1 hour will now be with our guest speaker that was speaking to us that very Friday. Should be an interview session with him, actually, not really speaking, like we'll ask him different questions. He's someone that has actually been into design for the past 5 years. So there's a lot to learn from him, I guess. So till then, I'll keep us updated.
All right then. So we have come to the end of this class. So give a thumbs up if you enjoyed the class. If you just give a thumbs up, so that's all right. I will see you guys in the next session. I'll see you guys on the next session. You guys have tech class tomorrow, so prepare for the class. Have a great night.
Yes. And I'm going to send the videos for the tech class. Thank you so much.
Yes. Do have a great night, everyone.